Welcome to the Pathways to Profitability podcast, personal tales of business success, where we hear local business owners' personal stories of their trials and tribulations that got them to where they are today. Here's your host, Cheryl Mucha, CEO of CFO Your Way.
Welcome to Pathways to Profitability podcast. The CFO Your Way team has decided to do something a little bit different with this episode. We're going to meet the team and a little bit about their experience with CFO Your Way and their experience with clients and their work here on the team. So our first team member that I'm going to be having a conversation with is Stephanie, who is the CFO Your Way business assistant. Stephanie, thank you so much.
Of course. Hi, Cheryl. Good morning.
So you've been with the team now for about 2.5 years. How has your position changed over that time?
So when I started on, there was like a marketing plan in place. And since then, we really extended that. We implemented Pathway to Profitability podcast, where I work as a podcast coordinator. And with CFO Your Way is growing and my position grows with it. So there are a little bit more assignments in HR and in admin. I was able to do a little bit of client work in between that. And I think it just became a little bit more fluid. Like things change and my position just changes with it.
I love that word fluid, because you're right. We all, a small team, we all kind of pitch in where we need to. And that's a good word, fluid. I like that.
Great.
So how do you use your skills? You're an artist as well. So how do you use those skills and your creativity in your role with CFO Your Way?
I think my artistic eye comes in handy when it comes to creating flyers or social media posts. I create those memes. I'm very considerate about our color palette. So I think that's something I really, I'm careful about. And I think this is, that's primarily it. And also by creating documents just in small stuff, it just has to be in a certain way to satisfy my eye and my artistic eye. Yes.
Yeah. And the artistic eye is an eye for detail. And
yes.
And you always have that detail perception when looking at, all those things that you mentioned.
That's very correct. Yes.
So if you had to choose one thing that you like most about working for CFO Your Way, what would it be?
Well, that's a tough one. I think altogether, what I appreciate most is the variety. So there are many, many different things I'm involved in. There is, as I mentioned before, there's marketing, there is HR, there is admin, there are assignments here and there, some event planning, SOPs to be written. So it is really all together. It's the whole package, which is really wonderful. So I love this position because of that. And as I mentioned before, because it's fluid. So it can change. It changes a little bit. And it's never boring. It's always something new to do. It's something, some more things to add. And I think that's it. It's it's very broad. That's
no day is the same, right? You never know what's going to happen in any given day that needs to be addressed or taken care of or communicated or collaborated.
Exactly.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad you're part of our team and all that you contribute. Thank you.
Oh, same here, Cheryl. Thank you so much. I appreciate everything you do for the team and the clients. And I'm looking forward to many more years together.
And I am too. Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Hi, Megan. Thank you so much for being here and taking the time to just chat with me for a couple minutes. So you've been with CFO Your Way for a couple months now, and your experience prior to being here was with big corporations. So how do you think that experience and the time you spent in your prior careers helped you and prepared you for the work that you're doing for the CFO Your Way clients?
Well, thank you for having me. I think that what I had done before was I was a primetime finance manager, which basically meant that I worked with primetime shows to take care of their budgets and help executive producers and talent try to do the best show that they can.
Right.
I feel like that's very similar to working with small businesses, because when you're a part of a show, you have a producer, you have talent, and you're giving them the best information you can at that time.
Right.
Which is kind of the same thing as working with small businesses. You know, you kind of have that close-knit relationship. You want them to trust you. You want them to feel like they can rely on you. And that's why I feel like it's kind of the same. Go ahead. Sorry.
So size doesn't matter. Like
no,
big business,
because
small business, the numbers are important.
Exactly. Both need numbers, both need details, but you know, it's the relationships I feel like that you build with people.
Right. So why do you think like understanding the numbers or having, insight into the numbers is so important to a business owner?
See, I think details is everything. I think you have to get into the details to be able to explain it to anybody, because most business owners know the basics, but they might not know all the details as a finance person or an accounting person would know. In order to have a decent conversation with someone, I need to know what I'm talking about and have it explain and be able to explain it to someone else.
Right.
So I think you need to be in the details.
Right. And it's that education component too that I always say we help our clients understand
exactly
the story behind the numbers, because there is a story every time, right?
Exactly. You know, when you're explaining your variances, you got to know the story.
Right. And there's got to be a reason why there's a variance, right?
It can't just be, I don't know.
Yeah, right. Throw it up into the ethers, right?
Exactly. They want to know.
Right. So what impact do you hope to have on your clients here at CFO Your Way?
See, I think that if I take the financial ownership of their business, they can focus their time on what they really want to do. You know, grow their business.
Right.
I feel
build
like
their widget, right?
Exactly. I mean, everybody's good at something.
Right.
And I feel like they want the time to go figure out what they can do with their business while I take a little bit off their plate.
Right.
And then I'm there to assist them as much as they need.
And answer their questions, because they always have questions, right?
Exactly. And I like that. You kind of feel like you're part of the business.
Right. Which we are. We're an integral part of their business, whether they know it or not, right?
Yeah. And I like the different types of businesses. I like that they're different.
Right.
You get an understanding of different.
Thank you so much for
You're
your
welcome.
time and
Anytime.
your insight and being part of the team.
So excited.
Hi, Steve. Thanks so much for being here.
Happy to be here.
I'm just going to start out with, we've known each other for a really long time, and I say that quite frequently, but it's been a great journey and so great to stay in touch and know one another for all these years. So Thank you for that. So you've been a manager here for 4 years with CFO Your Way. How do you feel that your prior experience best prepared you for your position and the work that you do here?
That's a great question. I really think it's been invaluable. Over the long career that I've had, you learn so much. And listen, our clients are, small, medium-sized family businesses. The owners are busy running the day-to-day operations. And, that's where we sort of come in to help them, whether it's a referral partner for, let's say, insurance or merchant fees or whatever it might be, to help them save money or help them change a process. Something that I've done over the years that, hey, you could probably do this a little more efficient to help streamline your business processes. Right. So, yeah.
So all those bits and pieces of that prior experience help each and every one of our clients.
Exactly. Yes.
Love it.
Yeah, actually, it came up yesterday at a client meeting that somebody said, thanks for bringing that to our attention. We didn't even know about it.
Right. Yeah, we have the eyes and ears.
Right.
That the business owner doesn't have time to have.
Right. The wheels are always spinning up here.
Oh yeah. Those numbers are always floating in our head, right?
Too much.
So what is the thing about working here at CFO Your Way that makes you smile every day?
Another great question. Listen, it's all about people. I don't want to give you a big ego, but it always starts at the top. So I think you've been great.
Thank you.
You hire great people, and I just love working with the team every day. They're professional, they're friendly, they're nice. We all help each other. We reach out with questions. There's no like, nobody's worried about jumping over the next person to get to that next level. It's a team. It's a team. And really our clients too. We have, I think we've said it way back, nice clients for nice people, or nice people for nice clients, whatever way you want to put it. So I think that's huge.
We only want to work with and for.
There you go.
Nice people, right?
That's the way to say it. Yeah. So, there's stress, it's busy, whatever, but, when you're working with good people, and, it makes it a lot easier.
Thank you. So back to kind of what you said earlier. So you work with clients in different industries. So not only does that expose you and I and all of us, the entire team, to different things every day, how do you think that benefits our clients?
Yeah, I mean, again, like I said before, I think that, every day we're learning something new. None of us know it all. So I think we're all learning, coming up, again, new ideas, new processes, new things that clients could do better, more efficient. And I think the whole team is sort of doing the same thing. They're looking at, every client, and they're passing those ideas along to each one of us. So accounting is accounting, numbers are numbers. Different industries have different nuances on how they present their financials, things like that. But the bottom line is, how you look at numbers is key. Right. And if we can bring these ideas to our clients and the team, I think, again, invaluable to them and to us.
I agree. And I say it quite frequently. We bring the experience of every client to each client. Exactly.
Because they can all benefit from something along the way. And whether they take our advice or not, again, we've said in the past, we can't force them to do these things. But at the end, I just feel better that I brought it to their attention. Right. So
and when they hire internally, they don't get that breadth of knowledge and experience and exposure.
Exactly. So yeah, it's been a great ride so far. It's going to continue, I'm sure.
So happy that you're here with us, and look forward to many years.
Many years. Thanks, good one. Thanks. No, absolutely. It's been great.
Hi, Lucille. Thank you so much for being here.
Hi, Cheryl. Thank you for having me.
I'm glad we have this time together. So I'm going to start with, prior to being part of the CFO Your Way team, you owned a business with your husband. So how has that experience helped you with the clients that you're working with now?
I've been self-employed for 34 years, and 23 of those years was with my husband. He taught me that you need a good accountant, a good attorney. We started as a little home improvement business, and we grew to a multi-million-dollar exterior construction business. And over those years, there were ebbs and flows, there were ups and downs. There were things that happen outside of our control that I understand for today, for where we are. And I understand where my customers, where my clients are, and where they want to be. Right. It's been rocky, and, I'm here to help. I'm here to listen. I'm here to offer support. So that's it. I love what I'm doing. My husband always believed in a good accountant. So in the early 80s, and I still have the same accountant today, A friend of ours from school introduced me to QuickBooks, and he would do my quarterlies and my yearlies, and I worked closely with him. So it taught me a lot. You know,
Great.
it prepared me for working at CFO Your Way.
Right. And all those experiences, I mean, we bring all of that to the table for all of our clients. And I think that's so key with what we do with our clients.
Exactly. Exactly.
So you've been with CFO Your Way a little over 4 years now, and most of your client work is on site at their place of business. How do you think that benefits the client?
Oh, tremendously. I do. You know, I have a designated time, either it's every week, every other week, and there's always a pile of work for me to do, mail to go through, bills to pay, clients to call, customers, vendors. So I do all that on site where I can talk to the owner of the business as well. They can, you know, I have little to-do lists. They ask for certain reports. You know, it's a multitude of on-hand, you know, on-site work.
And being accessible.
Right. They don't need their own little accounting team. They have it. It's all virtual with you as well. They know that they can call me anytime, text me. I'm there. I'm available. Yeah. You know, it works out well for me. And I think it works out really well for them.
Right. And because they know that we have their back.
Exactly. Exactly.
Great.
Yeah.
So what is the highlight of your experience at CFO Your Way?
I think the highlight is the core values that you have, honesty, integrity, hardworking. You put yourself out there, you give yourself away, you know, for potential clients to understand what you have to offer. And I think that's really big because not a lot of people would spend that time to try to help another person in their business and the things that they're going through to pinpoint exactly what they need to have a successful business. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. I love that because everyone can benefit, right? It fills my heart. It fills your heart, right? And then it helps them. Thank you, Lucille, for being here and taking the time with me today. Appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. All right. All the best. Thank you, Cheryl.
Thanks. Thank you. Hi, Lorraine. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Really appreciate it.
Hi, Cheryl. It's a pleasure.
So you've spent most of your career working in one position, which is really unheard of in this day and age, working in accounting and finance. You've been with CFO Your Way about a little over a year now. How do you like having many clients to work with versus being in like one position, one seat in one office every day?
I actually like the diversification, dealing with the multiple clients, the multiple industries. I've really learned a lot since I've been here in terms of dealing with the various industries and clients.
Love it. So is there a common theme in how you support our clients, like whether it's their need or reporting, or I know you do a lot of cleanup?
Well, it's really dependent upon the client. So yes, I've done clients that have needed cleanup, clients which most clients, of course, would need coming in. Right. And then whatever their needs may be on a daily basis, whether it be billing or the bank transactions, creating the financials. And the nice thing is having the second team member, because if there's a question or someone to look over and make sure that nothing was missed, you know, has been a good thing that you normally don't have in a one office setting.
Right. That second set of eyes is so critical.
It is. It's very critical and extremely helpful to both the client and, you know, the team member, whether myself or someone else.
Right. I agree. So the clients you work with are mostly remote. How do you interact with them so that you're sure you have what you need from them, as well as giving them the information they need, and responding to any questions that they may have?
Again, it's the client's preference. The majority of them prefer email. because many of them are either out of the office during the day and they may send something in the evening when they're able to sit down in front of the computer, or sometimes phone calls if it's an immediate need and they need something right now.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much for being here and just taking the time to chat.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome, Leandra, our newest member to the CFO Your Way team. So Leandra's been with the team about 1.5 years now. So glad that you're here with us and the impact that you have on not only the team, but the clients. So prior to being part of the CFO Your Way team, you owned a business with your husband. So how do you feel that experience owning a business helped you with your clients now?
Well, first and foremost, thank you for having me on the podcast. I'm happy to be a part of the team. Good vibes all around. But first and foremost, owning a business was hard. So every business owner knows there's a learning curve. There's so many things on your plate. So, 10 years of running a business, I learned quite a bit. And it's almost like I became bilingual in accounting because there's so many things you have to learn. So not only do I have those experiences that I bring to the table, I definitely have a lot of empathy for our clients. So I know they have a ton of things that they're doing, and the fact that we can help with accounting means they can focus on other things of their business.
I love the word empathy because it's true. Like they come to us with their, even the things going on in the business that aren't accounting related, right? And to have someone to have those conversations with, or just to be able to vent and have someone that will listen and really understand is so important. And just like an added bonus of what we do with our clients.
Right. And sometimes, when we're talking, it's, a business owner is hard to listen to your head versus your heart because your business is your baby. Not to put my own personal experiences into it, but sometimes you can't say, we'll bounce back next year. You have to think about long-term effects. You have to listen to the numbers because that's the only way your business can talk to you. So if you ignore the numbers and go with your heart, it really could be detrimental to that business.
Yeah, it's emotion versus logic, right?
Yeah.
So we have our uniques that we follow with our the way we run the business and the way we interact with our clients. And one of those uniques is our 2-team member approach. So how do you think that this approach with our clients has benefited, our relationship with them and the service that we provide them?
Almost to take the accounting out of it, it's always better to have a second pair of eyes, or even how we were mentioning before, it's always good for our business owners to just vent to us about whatever it may be. So when you have a second pair of eyes or a unique 2-person approach, it's an extra layer of security. Nothing will get through the cracks. If we have a question, we have the ability to talk to our coworkers within CFO Your Way to figure out the solution. And it doesn't even, we don't bother the client. We figure out the solution before involving them. And if we can't figure out the solution, it would involve them because it's probably something, more important, or, we have to pivot or focus on financials. So it's just an added benefit to our clients that, they're not just talking to an accountant once a year. They're actually, it's thorough.
Right. And, we all, we're a team, we're cohesive. We have, our unique skill sets and our unique backgrounds. And with a 2-team member approach, we're bringing more than just Leandra's skill set to the table. We're bringing the team's skill set to the table.
And each of the members of CFO Your Way have a different experiences that they've brought to the table. It's just a benefit all around, I think.
Love it. So if you had to choose one aspect of your work with CFO Your Way clients, what is the one with the greatest impact?
This one was tough. There was two that I almost couldn't pick between, but I think I'm going to land on our monthly meetings, or, depending on each client, the weekly, monthly, whatever it may be, the check-ins are so important. We learn the rhythms between bookkeeper and client, and we learn what the client really is focusing on. And it almost eliminates a lot of emails because the client knows they're going to see us in X amount of time. They can save their questions and discussions for that time. And when we review financials, the business owners, they get to make smart business decisions, knowing where their books are, where their business is. And it's a very good, productive hour or two. And it just makes everyone feel better.
And at ease. It makes the business owners feel at ease, knowing that, we're standing behind them 100%. We have their back.
Relief. And that's what we try to do. We try to take off as much of their plate as possible, right, so their business can grow. And that's another thing about business owners. Some don't realize how important it is to surround yourself with people who want success for your business.
Right.
Yeah,
because you can't do it, as a business owner, you can't do it all yourself.
No. And, personal experience.
Right.
It was just my husband and I, we did not have any support team. It was, we were quite young, and there's a lot to learn. So
oh, yeah,
I can help and save some ease to our client. I'm happy.
Well, I'm happy you're part of the team, and looking forward to many, many, many more years together. So thank you so much, Leandra.
Thank you for having me, Cheryl.
That's it for today's episode of Pathways to Profitability. Remember to ask yourself, where can I pay my success forward today?